Cool. So as we were talking about SailPoint console, so it's very important to know all the options available in SailPoint. Okay, so whenever you log into SailPoint, it looks like this. Okay, so you can create a duplicate tab and change the URL to localhost :8080, which is a port /IdentityIQ/debug. So debug is the page where you will write the code. How to open debug? You need to access this URL. There is no option given. Okay, even I was thinking it could have been better if there is an option, but it's not. Okay, I'm pinging this URL, or you don't need to copy this even because it is there in recordings. Okay, so this is the debug page, which is very, very important. You do spend, if you are a developer, you do spend 80-90% of time here only, and we will talk about debug when it is the time. Okay, now let us not come here. We need to learn product knowledge first. So I'm closing this. Now going back, this is user interface for administrators. Debug is for developers. Okay, so now these options, lot of options are there, and it is categorized properly. If you understand how that options are there, it is easy to remember as well. Okay, so now if you see, this is logo. I told in once you go to project, the client logo will be there, colors also will be different. First point. Second, this home page, this is called widgets. You can edit this as well. If you see this option, edit, click edit. Now you see, right, you can remove or add. I don't want to track this, I'll remove this. Save. So there is not here. Again, I don't want any of these things to be displayed here. I'll remove it. See, deleted. If you want to add card, you can select the quick links here. These all are SailPoint given out of the box. Out of the box means SailPoint given. You didn't do anything developed. I didn't do anything yet, right here. If you develop custom ones, those also will be displayed here. Okay, so I can click save. Now it came here, notifications. Then save. See, notifications came. That is how you customize this page. Why you need this page even? See, every time you need to go here, quick links, and manage identity, create identity. How many clicks you are doing? This will be like this, home console. You are going here, clicking on the quick links. First click, second click, manage identity, third click, create identity. It takes some time. To make your work faster, if you have create identity widget here, it's one click only, right? It's faster. That's why we do these things. You say, really, do I need this? No, it's required. You do work lot of things, and you believe me, you will come to that situation that I need speed. Let me add this widget here. Okay, that is the purpose. That is the way you do. Click edit and click add something here. Let me ask you a question. I might have asked you already. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, you use all these products, right, in your mobile, or you are using mobile. Did anybody teach you how to use a mobile or how to use Facebook or WhatsApp? I believe no. In the world, nobody was taught how to use. Everybody used. Maybe they don't know a little thing, they might have asked. Hey, it will be there. Oh, okay, fine, I'll look into it. But nobody taught you. They might have given you a little information, not more than that. No, but you are using, right? Same way, consider SailPoint also like that. Explore. If you see this, once you start becoming a developer or software engineer, you do understand some basics. What I do, I understand. always the buttons will be in right side or in the middle, not on left side. So whenever I see the screen, I see the full screen in a single shot. Your eyes will see the complete screen, complete page in a single shot. Second, the all action buttons will be in right side or in the middle down, top bottom, bottom middle or top right. So whenever I do see a page, right, if I need to submit my cursor, my mouse automatically, my hand will move to either right side or in the middle side, never in left side, because nobody uses left side options, buttons, no. Or even if they put entire screen in the left side, still it will be there in the down or right side. Okay, those are like basics. Second, if you want to know which option is where available, you can use shortcut Control F. See, sometimes when there are a lot of eyes watching you, your manager or team lead, you will feel nervous. They'll say, no, there, click that option. You may feel nervous. Then what you need to do is, don't search for it, just to do Control F. I've done sometimes. I will be searching a lot, where is that option, where is that option. Everybody in the team in the call are able to see except me, because I was nervous. So that's why my trick is, whenever you are feeling nervous or whenever there is a lot of team members watching you, if you think you are nervous, then I just do Control F. Then I don't need to search where it is. I just highlight it and I'll see the color. Okay, this is another suggestion for you. Then as I was telling, this is called dashboard, this is called quick links, and these colors, right, this blue color, this SailPoint logo given by SailPoint. If you are working in client project, these colors will be changed, logo will be changed. So UI development, UI changes, user interface development or changes. That is called branding in SailPoint, which is a different concept. Okay, then so if you see quick links, I think I already explained, but again one more time. These are the basic quick links given by SailPoint. So everything is categorized properly. So let me ask you, managing identity. An identity, what you can do? You can create an identity, you can modify the identity, or you can view the identity. That's what we do, right? Either you create or modify or view. Delete also will be there, but let's consider delete also. Either you create the user, modify the user, delete the user, or see the user data. That's what here, creating, editing, delete will not be there, because it's not the way you delete from interface. Okay, deleting is from backend, that we will discuss later. So that's why all options are kept here. Okay, next, manage access. So manage access, you have these many options. In this you will be using manage user access. Lot of times you will be using manage access, manage user access. What is the difference between manage user access and manage accounts is, account is something without access. You just have account but no access at all. Okay, so let's say if let's say you are an employee of organization, you have given an identity card, you are allowed inside the company, you entered the building, you do not have access card or access yet, so you cannot go inside at all. So you have employment in the company but no access yet where to go. Any any floor or any modules. Module means a room, nothing but a room. We will call it as a module in IT office. Okay, then your manager or team lead will come, or your team member will come and will take you to the module where your team is placed or seated. Okay, that is account. Account is nothing access, but your entry or your record will be there in the application. Manage user access, you will be selecting a specific access on application and you request for that. Okay, so if you want to request for an account for a user, you can select a user, and if you have applications, here that application will be there, and you select that and request account, and you will get an account in that application. Only one time job, but generally we don't use this mostly in real-time projects. Manage accounts. Okay, what we use is manage user access. So what we do is, instead of creating an empty account, we will request with some access, which will create the account for you. Okay, account is without access, plain empty account. Manage user access, account with access. So we will use this widely. Manage accounts, manage passwords. I think I didn't use that properly. Privilege account management, it's because spam we added anyway. So manage user access and track my request. These two options will be enabled. Remaining options will be deleted in real-time projects. Most of my clients, they deleted. Manage identity also they deleted. They don't want to use out of the box. And they don't want to create users like this. No. They don't want to edit here even. So whatever the options you see in your SailPoint default console, you may not see these quick links in your real-time project. Lot of custom quick links will be there. That's why if you ask me, I don't have much experience here. I know, but I haven't worked much because it's not available in real-time projects. Okay, why? Many reasons. They don't want to do like this. They want to do with custom quick links however they want to, and with their customizations. Okay, don't get confused. Don't think that whatever here is will be there in your real-time project same as it is. No, but it's the core concepts. Okay, so why they removed manage identity quick link is because I told you the reason. They don't want to create identities here like this. They don't want to edit even. View identity, you have an identity warehouse. No, why do you have it here again? Click on view identity. You can see the data here. Or you can see an identity warehouse also. Okay, for end users it is not available, but this will be available for them. Okay, like that they manage. But you don't work or you don't log in as end user many times. I might have logged in, I might have seen, but I don't remember much what it was there. Okay. Anyway, the point is, it's their wish, your architect wish, your client wish. They will work, they will remove all this if they don't work. Okay. Manage access. Manage user access is very important. This is widely used. You are going to use this at least once in a day. Believe me, even if you do not have work, but still you will be using it at least once a day. Then my tasks. Even I have not opened this much. So as the name indicates, my tasks. You need to fill a form, you need to enter your data, you need to approve your reportings, something. All such kind of things will be here. See, approvals. Do you need to do any approvals? Actually, you don't need to look at here, even it will be here, notifications, approvals. Both are same, see. Okay. So which is there in my task. Now don't say that I don't know what is my task. Just read this word, my task. It means my tasks. What are my tasks here? Either I need to fill some data, I need to approve something. Okay. So you need to understand like that. Then it will remember with you forever. Now coming to these options, it's very big. I used to struggle sometimes where this option is initially. Even some of my friends also struggled. I've seen a lot of colleagues. Because they don't know the concept behind it, how this is organized. If you know, you will remember it. So always I create a theory for everything. So it's easy to remember. Some justification is required. Now, home page. As the name indicates, wherever you are, if you want to come to home page, you click home page. Then next is my work. There my task, here my work. See here, my access reviews, access requests, policy violations, work items. My access reviews, which is waiting for your approvals. Access requests, whatever the access requests are created. Since you are an administrator, you can see everything, every request created by everyone. If you are an end user, you can see only requests created by you. Okay, so that is how it works. I created one user, so it is displayed here in access request. Now don't say I don't know what is access request, just read it. Access request. I created an identity that also comes under request only. Access request. Only one is there. Okay. Then let's go to work items. Work item, nothing is there. What is meant by work item? Work item is something, as the name indicates, you need to do work on that. Work item, something you need to work on that. It says that's the meaning, right? Work item means what is the work you need to do? Example, if a form is open, you need to enter the data. You need to do work on that. It's a work item. An access request is requested, or an access request is raised. Your manager needs to approve it. So an approval is waiting for him to take the action. That's a work. So approval is a work item. Certification is launched. Access review is triggered. Manager needs to approve it. So manager will see here as a work item. Since you are an administrator, all of them will be available here for you. Once the decision is taken, please don't think that you are not seeing now. You will see it in the coming session. I am just giving introduction to console. Okay, so once that work item decision is done, then it will go to archives. Whichever is completed, they will come here. Once you take the decision, work item will be completed, right? Closed. Then that will come to archive. Back to work items. Here, which are open work items, will be displayed. This in the coming sessions, I'll show you practical. I'll make you work on it. Then you will experience everything practically. Okay. So that is about work items. Then policy violations. If any policy violations are created for any users, for you, then it will display. If you are an administrator, all of them will be displayed for you. Okay. So if you are an end user, you can see only home and my work. Remaining you cannot see. Okay. Then that is about my work. So whatever you need to do here, whatever the work you need to do, which is opened, which you need to take the action, those are displayed under my work. Okay. Next, identities. All the actions related to identities will be here. You want to search the data, go to identity warehouse, see all the users, search the users, open the users. That is about identity warehouse, which is widely and high. Most of the times you will be opening this every day, at least once you open this. Okay, then remaining, even I haven't opened this many times. Identity correlation. Identity correlation means, what is meant by correlation? Maybe we'll discuss that more in coming sessions. Correlation means user and account mapping. Okay. There is a mobile number. How can I say that it is yours? A credit card account is there. How can I say that it is your bank, your credit card? If I say my credit card number to my bank, they need to verify whether it is mine or not, right? If you open your bank account, all the credit cards are there, or debit cards are there. How? Because it is linked, interlinked. You can, if you use your debit card to withdraw money or online transactions, your account is deducted, right? So money is operated through debit card, but it is reflected in your savings account. So debit card and account are interlinked. Same with credit card. Once you pay the money for credit card, it will go from your account. If you do, that is called, your account and your credit card is linked. Otherwise, let me say I spend debit card, amount is debited from your account. My debit card, spendings are mine, but money spent by you. If a debit card is mismapped, have you ever thought of this like this? What if your debit card is mapped to somebody else's account by mistake? You may think everything is small, but it's very big. One small mistake in bank, debit cards are mapped to different users, not the correct not the correct customers. It's a disaster. You will lose all the amount. Okay, so that is called correlation. Identity and accounts, your bank account and your credit card or debit card or loan will be linked. Same ways, identity and application accounts are interlinked. That link is called correlation. It's in English meaning correlate means, or correlation means linking. That's it. Identity and accounts. And here there will be some accounts which are uncorrelated. You can correlate to some identities. You can do. That's why identity correlation. Use the following tables to manually correlate one or more accounts with an identity. Okay. So here enter an application. Do I have? No. Why? Whatever the application I have is authoritative application. It's not an account. Authoritative applications you cannot. Target applications you can. That we will come here. Don't worry. Okay. What I am giving you is just an introduction, kind of a teaser or trailer. Big cinema is awaiting. Okay. Then remaining options, even I don't know. I don't want to spend my time here even, because it's not like I can't. It's like I don't want. Identity operations. No identity operations have been configured. Even I have to explore. But don't spend much time. My work, you use all of them, but policy violations very less. I haven't used even this policy violation. Why? I'll explain in policy topic. Okay, but remaining three options you use a lot. These three. Access reviews a bit little, but access request work item every day you use. Okay, then identities, identity warehouse, identity correlation. Identity correlation, administrators will use it. That also a bit less only. In my experience, I didn't use identity correlation not even once so far. Because I am a developer, right? Okay, but it's not a big deal. It's not like I cannot. I know the product, so even something if I didn't work, but I have the ability to work. That is what important. Believe, remember that. You can never know everything in the world. SailPoint. You may work for 100 years. You don't know everything. It's impossible. Everything is impossible for anybody in the world. Okay? So, know whatever we know. With that you gain the knowledge, ability, capacity, capability, whatever you call. That will help you to work on other things. Okay? I'm giving you widely used and required options for now. Let us complete that. Later we will see the less used or not used concepts. Okay? So in identities, identity warehouse and identity correlation are very, very important. It's very straightforward options. You can understand if you see that or read that. Not a big deal. Okay? Then applications. Here only two are important, remaining they don't use. Application definition. You already know this. To create applications, to onboard applications, add new application. Okay, so this is highly used and you need to select the connector. I'll ask you a question, generic question. How do you create Gmail account? You go to Google, go to Gmail, and you say create Gmail, right? That's how we do, right? That's how we create Gmail. But there is a way we can do it automatically through SailPoint. For that we use G Suite connector. By using G Suite connector from SailPoint, whatever the user you want, you can create Gmail accounts for them. Okay? We can't do because we do not have licenses, but I'll try if I can. Okay, I'll try that if we can do that. For that, lot of things are required. I paid Gmail. I have a licensed Gmail, so I can use my domain and I have license, so I can connect to admin consoles and I can do. But you cannot do that. But I'll see if I can do that and show you to at least. Okay. But example I'm giving how to create Gmail accounts. Let's say, okay, in the world, Microsoft email is used. Microsoft Exchange, which is called Outlook, is used a lot. Now people are using, first email came from Yahoo, I think. Maybe others, but Yahoo was famous. And then Yahoo completely wiped out. Then Gmail is widely used in personal stuff, personal uses. In real time, in the companies, Microsoft Exchange is used highly. Exchange means exchanging information, that's it. Gmail, mail is called in Microsoft Exchange servers. So exchanging information from, if I send mail to you, I'm exchanging information with you. That's why they kept that name, Microsoft Exchange servers. Okay, so that is the email. If in Google, it's Gmail. Gmail is widely used in personal stuff. Okay, now companies are also using Gmail. I am also using Gmail for some reasons for my company. Okay, so now I have a couple of employees in my company, which is increasing month by month. Let's take Accenture has 6.5 lakh employees. Every day thousands of employees will join. Can they create mail manually like you do creating Gmail? It's not possible, right? So how do they get the mail? SailPoint will create automatically like this. You join the organization, onboarding will complete, HR will take your data, HR will enter your data, your entry is recorded in HR feed, it will come to SailPoint. SailPoint will read your data, it will create identity for you, and there is a concept called birthright provisioning. Birthright provisioning. What is meant by birthright? Birthright means default access. That's it. Where is my cursor? What is meant by provisioning? Giving access, giving, that's it. Or creating or writing, whatever the word you remember. Once you start, you will be remembering provisioning. Every day you will use that word. Okay, so that's why I told you first class or first, so far, you should know first what is provisioning. Just one line is enough. I don't ask you to remember most of the things. Just one line. Provisioning means creating. That is enough. Okay. Birthright provisioning. What is meant by birthright? Birthright. Default. So whenever there is an employee joins, by default, every user should get access. That is called birthright provisioning. Okay. So now we don't speak or calculate whether this user should need this access or not. We say everybody in the company should get this access. Example, employee ID. Every employee should get employee ID, right? No matter who they are, where they are working, whether they are full-timers or part-timers or contractors, doesn't matter. They need to have an employee ID. So by default, everybody should get. And email address, email ID. Everybody should have email address. So then Active Directory. I'll explain for freshers what is Active Directory. Don't worry, I'll explain it to you. If I lock my computer, if you take your computer or your mobile, whenever you lock the computer or mobile, if your device is password protected, you enter username password, right? In your mobile you may enter fingerprint or passcode or pattern. In laptop you may enter username password. Now I am using my fingerprint sensors to my laptop. New laptops are getting fingerprints as well. I think you may be aware of that. So I am using fingerprint. Same way, if I go to my company laptop, I enter username password. Where it is authenticating. In your mobile you put your fingerprint. It already took your fingerprints, right, in different angles. It is stored in your mobile. So once you kept that, it will check in your mobile database. Username password, if you enter, your laptop is, you already created your user and you entered the password, right? So it is stored in your laptop. It will authenticate. But in company, it's not stored in the device. It's stored in some server, which is responsible for authentication, validating username and password, which is called Active Directory. Okay, Active Directory where authentication happen. Okay, authentication takes place in Active Directory. The purpose of Active Directory is that one. If you want to log into your organization, you enter username password, which will be validated against Active Directory. So you should have Active Directory account to log into your company. Otherwise, no, you cannot. Okay, so if you leave the organization, first and foremost thing we do is we will disable Active Directory account, so you cannot log in at all to anything, any application. Active Directory is very important. So every user should have Active Directory account. And every user should have email, right? How do you get email? Email ID creation is different, just an email ID. But you should have account in Microsoft Exchange or G Suite. So we are going to provide that. G Suite or Exchange, which will create it creates a mailbox for you. Okay, so these are by default every user in the organization should have. If you do not have employee ID, it doesn't make sense. If you do not have email address, you cannot work at all. To get email address, we will write the code to generate email address, fine, but you should have a mailbox, either in Exchange, Microsoft Exchange, or in Google, G Suite. So we will be working with G Suite or Exchange applications. And in order to log into G Suite or Exchange or anything, you should have Active Directory account. Otherwise, you cannot log into organization even. Cannot pass the computer login even. Okay. So these are by default, every user should need access, which is, so by default. What is meant by default? Generally, how do you get the access? You request for access. Okay, how do you get access? To get access for any user, generally what we do, first step, request the access. Second step, it goes for approval. So requesting, it takes time, right? Approval takes time. There is a waiting time, and there is a manual work. Manual work is there. Efforts are put. So you need to request access, and approver has to take the decision. 2 steps. Who knows how many levels of approval? Again, 2 levels, so 2 approvers will take the decisions. In your organization, if you have 6 lakh employees or 10,000 or 20, it doesn't matter which is big. 10,000 also big employees. Are you going to request all of them one by one or all same time for every user? How much time it will take? And should it go for approval? No, right? So whatever the access, by default every user should get without any approvals. By default user should get access without any approvals. That is called birthright provisioning. Okay? Birthright provisioning means by default every user should get access and without any approvals. That is called birthright provisioning. Yeah, you can say if it is a birthright access, should not go for approval. You can cross this. You can say that, but it's a waste of time, right? Requesting access manually for those many users. Instead we go for coding. Code will be, whenever there is a user is created in SailPoint, lifecycle events will be triggered. Lifecycle events, joiner, mover, lever here, right? So joiner will trigger, and joiner will take care of birthright provisioning. We will write the code there. We will provide all this access by default. So you don't need to request for users manually, which will save your time. Cool. This is called birthright provisioning, the purpose of birthright provisioning. Okay. Now going back. This application onboarding we will discuss in detail in the next session. Okay. So anyway, remember the birthright provisioning, and how do you create an application is go to applications and application definition, create new application or add new application, select the connector whichever you are going to work on, and you may get some questions you may have in your mind. Just keep your questions with you. We will talk in detail about application configuration. Okay, let us not spend more time in any concept. No, we'll just know the basics. That is enough. Okay, I say first know the basics of everything. You will get an idea. You'll get some clarity. Then we will go every concept in detail. That's the best way I prefer. Okay. Then what else in applications? Entitlement catalog is very important. Other options I won't discuss with you. That when time comes, I'll explain to you. Okay. Right now, I'll explain whatever is very, very, very important. Only those things we will see. Okay. Next one is entitlement catalog. I told you, right? Access means entitlement or roles. Entitlement is access, basic access. Just remember, entitlement means if I ask you what is entitlement, you should say basic access. That is enough. Entitlement means basic access. Role means collection of entitlements. What is entitlement now? Access, right? So it will come as collection of access. Okay, more than one entitlement. So this entitlement is basic access on a particular application. Access Yeah, on which application? I need access. Oh yeah, you need access to what? I need access to that building. Yes, that's what specific. I need access to HDFC bank account, ICICI account, or Facebook or WhatsApp. You need to specify which application access you need. They are not going to give access to everything in the world, right? No. So entitlement means access on a particular application. So the entitlement belongs to an application, right? That's why they kept under applications. Okay, that is the reason. Entitlement belongs to an application. That's why they kept under applications. Now, if I ask you go to entitlements, you should not search for it. So directly come to applications tab or option. Click on applications and entitlement catalog. That is the reason why entitlement catalog is under applications. Okay, entitlement means basic access on a particular application. So it belongs to an application. So that's why it is placed under applications. Okay, next. Entitlement catalog we will discuss a lot. How to create entitlements, how to request everything we will discuss in the coming session. Okay. Next is intelligence. What is meant by intelligence as per your knowledge? Something beyond, right? You think a lot to do something. Okay, that is called intelligence. So that intelligence, generally if you go to identities, identity warehouse, you can search for some user. Okay, I need user who is Stark. I got one user. Maybe there may be lot of Stark users, for example, in future. We do see lot of common names, right, in foreign, like, or in India also, other countries. We do see lot of common names. John, Jack. In India, a lot of, my name, even if you take Krishna, a lot of people will be there. Okay, so how do I search with multiple conditions here? I want to know the user who is Stark and email is XYZ like this. I cannot search here. I cannot do that search. It's a plain search. If I say that, no, I need a user whose name is ends with the Stark and whose location is China or US, Philippines, you say. That's intelligence, right? You are using multiple conditions, so you cannot do that, but you can do under intelligence, advanced analytics. What is analytics? Data analytics. Analyzing the data, nothing much. So you cannot analyze the data multiple conditions in identity warehouse. It's a simple plain conditions. But here you can search. What is the search type? Identity. If you select, you see here these many filters you have. You can filter this. You can enter the data and you can run search. Now let's say I want to know all the users which are inactive as false. If I search, see all users came. I can download these reports. If you click this, export as CSV file will be downloaded. Okay, or if I want as a PDF, I can download as PDF as well. If you open this file, see only username is there because only username is available here, right? Instead, if I want to have multiple attributes, you can select here. No search. Okay. Now if I download it as a PDF, see multiple data. Okay. That is the purpose of searching based on different conditions. You can add some more conditions here, but currently we do not have much users, so we do not have proper way to search, That we will do in coming sessions. It's not just identity search, you can do other searches as well. If you want to search entitlements or roles, syslog, it is very important. Whenever you work on SailPoint, you are requesting something, you will get an error. Some serious exception occurred, please contact administrator with error code. It will give you some code. If you enter that code and search, you will get the error message. That message will contain somewhere if code is written incorrectly. It is helpful to debug. Okay, that is the purpose of syslog. But we will come here, we will discuss a lot about advanced analytics. Okay. Next highly used is reports. You cannot, if you see the advanced analytics, if you search the users, you got the users and you can download that as a report. What if I need that every day? Do you want me to come and search every day and download? It's not possible, right? Why to do the same work every day? That's why what I do, I'll create reports. Already SailPoint given lot of reports. See? Even I don't know these reports. What I need to do is I need to go to community and they have explained some reports and I'll see what is the purpose of each report. Or sometimes I'll execute the report and I'll see the output and I'll see whether it is helpful for me or not. Okay. See, these many reports are there. At least SailPoint could have given some examples. This report will give you this data. They have given little but not completely. Okay, that's why there are challenges. That some I have used, which we will do when we are working on it. Or otherwise you can create custom reports as well. Okay, custom reports not through user interface, through code we will create. Okay, so these are reports. If you see, these are parent reports given by SailPoint out of the box. Generally we don't change these reports, we save it as a child reports. Okay, save as a new report, then it will come under my reports. See, under my reports, now this category, this one. So don't change these reports, create a child report, then it will come under my reports, and this you can change however you want. Why? If you change the existing out of the box reports, if it won't work, it's difficult to get it back. That's why you should not change the default reports or default files given by SailPoint. You create a copy and change it. Even if it won't work, something problem, still you have a backup copy. Okay. Then schedule report. I want this report to be executed every day, right? And I can email this report by the automatic. I can send this report to somebody. For that, I can right click on any report, schedule, give the name, description. See, with the name you don't understand, right? You can give some description which is meaningful. If you see first execution, when do you want to start the execution? Let's say you get a requirement, I need a report for this kind of criteria, and I want this report to be start running from Jan 1st. You don't need to come and schedule this on Jan 1st, no need, you can do it now itself. How? I'll put this. Okay, and particular time as well. If you don't want to type, if you want to select, calendar is displayed. And you can type the time here, AM or PM. It's a future start, right? You can do that. Otherwise, if you don't want future one, then you can click run now. So once immediately you schedule, this will run immediately. Okay. Then execution frequency, only once, every hour, every day, every week, weekly once. So this 1st January falls on, let's say, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, whatever. If it falls on Monday, every week the report will execute on same time. Monthly once. So 1st of every month it will execute. Quarterly once, every 4 months. So Jan, if it executes, Jan, Feb, March is over, April 1st it will execute. Again 3rd quarter, 1st month, like that it will go. Okay. Then annually, every year Jan 1st it will execute, like that. Host, I told you, right, many servers will be there in real time. You can put whichever server you want this to be executed. If you don't put, it will by default it will work, how that we will see later. Okay. That is what scheduling the report. Even scheduling the task also we will see. Okay, this is about reports. Report, collection of users data, that's it, to send it to different teams. Data analytics, that's it. That's why you are using lot of coding intelligence to extract the data, right? That's why they kept intelligence here. Advanced analytics reports, this is very important. Okay, other options even I haven't used these two. Okay, leave it, you don't need that now. In case if you need, I'll explain how your approach should be in the future. First let us learn basics of SailPoint. Okay, then data governance, even I don't know, haven't used this so far, even in real time also not used. I don't think it is used at all. It's a new thing, I think from 8.2. okay, so now remove this for now, not required. Later I'll explain this. Setup, very important option. What is meant by setup? Creating something, right? Setuping or creating something. All the big implementations are here. Okay, I'll just give you what is what in 13 minutes, then you can go for break. Okay. Any questions? Or anybody ping there in the chat? Nothing. Okay, if any questions, yes, please don't hesitate to ask. So setup, certifications, yesterday Devika explained, I don't want to touch. It's not a right time to explain certifications in detail to you. It's not just explanation. I'll explain and I'll launch practical and I'll show it to you, but not now. It's not a good time. We do not have data even. Okay. Yesterday I have shown you the architecture of SailPoint, right? First, SailPoint is an identity management tool. If you do not have identities, nothing to manage. So first, identity management, identities would be created. How? Manually or automatically? Manually not a good option, so we went to automatically because HRVD is required. That's why I have explained your application onboarding a little there. And I onboarded some users in my SailPoint. Once that is done, next is what? For those users I need to request accounts. Target applications, like I shown you birth rate provisioning or manual provisioning as well. So then you get access on particular applications. Currently identity is created, access is not given. Okay, so once we have given the access, then we will talk about what is access. Entitlement or roles is called access. So we need to talk about entitlements and roles. Then I'll explain those two concepts in detail. That's why just now, for now I told entitlement is a basic access on a particular application. Role is a collection of accesses or entitlements. I told you. That's enough for you now. Once that is done, then I'll explain you how to request manually that access, which is by manage as user access. I didn't show you, right, manage user access in reality in detail. I just I told you steps. You select the user here, that's it. 2-3 statements there. Okay, so that is where I need to show you manage user access. Once user get access, then only, right, what is certification? Collection of access reviews. If user doesn't have access, any user doesn't have access, what will you certify? Nothing. Then you should work on or learn on certification. So whatever I explain, the words I use, everything have some deeper meaning in that. Some proper flow is there. Okay, that is where I am working. Now if you understand the architecture yesterday I have shown you, you only know the clarity what I need to learn now, what I am going to learn in the next sessions. You will have the clarity. That's why I explained you that. In my plus 2, right, I mean 11th and 12th intermediate, whenever there are exams, I used to write a list of chapters I need to complete, mathematics, 12 chapters. I'll write all the 12 chapters in my rough book. Once first chapter is completed, I'll cross that. Next another chapter, I'll cross that. Like that I have a plan. Same as you should have that plan. That plan is that architecture I have shown you yesterday. So first creating identities. So for creating identities, you need to know how to manually, how to automatically through onboarding, application onboarding. That is done. And I'll make it do, I mean I'll make sure that you also do that practically. Once that is done, then we will onboard again applications for target accounts access. That is done, we will work on entitlements and rules. Once that is done, we will work a lot on that, different applications, different rules, different entitlements. Once that is done, once we have proper access, lot of access, then we will go to certifications. Once certification is completed, now we have users, we have access, everything, we work on reporting. That is how I planned. Okay. Now, so set up certification, just different type of certifications are there. Everywhere if you open right side, you see new certification. If you go to task, new task. But reports you do not have that. Observe. There is no new report. You can create reports from here, sale reports, or you can create custom reports through code backend. Okay, but if you talk about certifications, you have a new certification here, and you have these many types. Every type has a purpose. I'll explain that later. No, I don't want you to make your brain stressed a lot or make your brain heavy. No, I don't want. Basics is enough. Everywhere you see schedules, events. I'll explain it to you when certification comes. Okay. Then roles. New role. How to create roles. You can create lot of roles automatically. That we will explain. Okay. But for now, if you remember, there is a concept called role in SailPoint. Role means collection of entitlements. I'm happy with that. If you know those two lines, that is enough for me for now. Okay. Then policies. As I explained, policy violations. To stop user having from incorrect access, we can stop user in submitting the request. You can create new policy, and there are types. Every type has a different purpose. What is that, why, everything we will discuss in policies. Okay. Then alerts, even I don't know, I haven't worked on that. I think these are not creations, it is generated, I think. Even I haven't heard or used or seen. But let's ignore for time being, later we will see. Then tasks, very important. You can create new task, which I created, right? To aggregate, account aggregation, HR app I created. Very important. There is another task called refresh IdentityIQ task. Very important. Just remember in your lifetime, whenever you are using computer, when you change some data and you are looking at in your desktop or C drive or D drive, data is not reflected, so you do refresh. Or if you take internet, you do refresh the page to reload the data, then it will reflect. That refresh is same refresh here. it will refresh the user, so it will get the latest data. That's it. Okay, so for now just remember refresh date, refresh task. I'll explain the purpose, everything later. Okay, so aggregation task, refresh task, very important, we need to know. It has a lot of options. Even I don't know every option, but I know some options. I'll explain which are mandatory required for us, which are highly used options. Okay, but aggregation task is to read the data, refresh task is to refresh the data. Okay, then schedule task, to schedule the task. See, every day we get HR feed, right? You are not going to run this every day. No, I cannot come and do this every day. Instead, I can schedule this. So I'll give the name HR app 1 aggregation. Description you can put same, or if you have something meaningful, something more elaborative, you can put it there. First execution, I'll click run now. Frequency daily once. Host nothing for now. Schedule. Okay. See schedule task. It says it's already there, but it is not showing that it executed. And one more suggestion or information for you. SailPoint is a great tool, but as per the works it can do, the way everything, etc., etc. But not the quality of product is not that great. What is quality? If you see a building, it's very beautiful. The colors they use, the design, everything is great, great, great. But the building doesn't have strength. They didn't use quality materials. So stabilization issues will be there. Same with SailPoint. It looks great, lot of features, everything is there, but quality is not there. Developer quality is not there. They didn't develop properly. Lack of higher talent, I say. That's why you do see these kind of issues. You don't know, many times I have seen, see, I schedule a task, it's not displayed here, but it executed here. And if I try to create one more schedule, it says already there. Okay, these kind of things I have seen lot of times. And you know, I worked on some developments. It was giving some errors, it didn't work. Okay, and then I copied the code, I deleted everything, again I started the same thing from scratch. Now it worked. Lot of times I faced it. Okay, so it's quite common. Even we stopped asking that questions.
Krishna, someone like Isha pinged that it's in a report. Can you check once?
Oh, okay, now I changed the name. Now it is there here, see, I scheduled it and now it is showing. Let me go to reports. No, it's not there. Oh, sorry, schedule. Yeah. Why? It should not be here. I don't know. Don't ask me that question. I didn't develop SailPoint. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for that. Thanks for your good eyes. So yeah, I scheduled it with different name. Now it is created under task, schedule task. This is how you schedule. Right click on the task, you see schedule. If you want to edit you can change the options. You can right click and click edit also, or you can just click on also, both are same. Okay, you can save it just, or save and execute also, and I don't want to do anything, cancel. Schedule task here. Okay, why everyday HR feed will come, and I don't want to run this task every day manually. Once in a day fine, I can do, but every hour I can't do. I will miss definitely. That's why we will create schedules. So now HR app aggregation last execution, it's not executed yet. 7:33 it will execute, and next execution will be tomorrow, same time. Okay, that is about tasks. There are a lot of varieties of tasks. We will come to know in future. Even I don't know a lot of things. What we do most of the times is these two a lot: account aggregation, account group. Okay, there are some other tasks, we will discuss that, okay, when we come under tasks. Then what else? Groups. I'll explain that groups later, not now. You need to know little basics before come here. Business processes, workflows. SailPoint given workflows. What is a workflow? Generally, let's say I say that if you have sequence of activities, okay, you need to go to some place. What do you need to do? You need to go purchase a ticket first, go to railway station, take a train, onboard, start journey, get down, take a taxi, go to your home or your relative's home, your friend's home or your office. These are our sequence of steps. Every step is important. What if you missed that purchasing a ticket? Okay, you purchased the ticket, next you went to railway station, train you missed. What do you do now? You check for alternative train, or you check for, you leave that railway station, you go for bus station and take a bus or a taxi. So there are changes will be there on every results in every step. These all are sequence of steps. Everything is interlinked with different actions. That is called workflow. Okay, only one action, one logic. Yeah, you can write it under a script, some rule or something. If you have more than one, and it's good to have workflows. Workflows is a collection of steps. If you see this workflow, LCM workflow, you will hear a lot, which is very important. LCM provisioning. If you see the process designer, it start from here, it will go based on the result. It can go here or here or here or here, like this. So sequence of actions. This is workflow. This is shown in user interface. Same thing shown as a code in debug also. But for now, you just remember workflow is collection of steps. Okay, in UI it is called business process, in debug it is called workflow. That I will explain again. Okay. Then finally, lifecycle events. I told you joiner, mover, lever, rehire, right? By default these are key. These are available through SailPoint. So if you want to create a new lifecycle event, you have options. The type of event is create, means joiner. Okay, mover will be there. Remaining only create is by default joiner. Remaining all custom. You can write however you want. Okay, create means joiner. Whenever a new user create, automatically this will be executed. Like that you will have joiner, mover, lever, rehire. If you see lever, it's an attribute change and it is inactive. Inactive go from true to false. See here, attribute change, attribute is inactive. First it will be false, then it will become true. If inactive false means you are active, inactive true means you are resigned and terminated. Whenever there is a change in any user's data from false to true, this will trigger. A little confusion for you maybe, but don't worry, I'll explain it when we talk about lifecycle events. Okay, we can create here. Big stuff in this we will explain later. Then next option is batch request. I have shown you right little manage access request. If you have, you can select number of users and request for them. What if you have hundreds of users to request access? It takes time, and every manage access request need approval. But batch request only is available for administrator. It can go without approvals, and you can request in a CSV file, and you can request for a lot of users. Okay, select the CSV file, it will ask. That is batch request. What is meant by batch? Batch. Training batch. Many people are there. Batch means many or collection. Batch request. Many requests in a single shot. That's it. Okay. See now, whenever I am going back, it is going to task because of the cache. SailPoint didn't manage properly. Okay. So that is about all these options, and we are going to create all the big stuff here. That's why they kept under setup. Application also could have been here, but there are things under application, that's why they kept separate. Okay, all this big stuff is kept under setup. Apart from this, you have global settings. This is the last. I'll just give you a little glance, then you can go for a break. Okay, so this is called gear icon. If you are a manager, if you need to approve some, then yeah, you can see this. You can get notifications here as well. Approvals. If you need to fill some forms. Okay. Then you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, yes, Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. So now if you see, this is called gear icon, which is very important. When you are working, they say go to global settings, or they may say gear icon. Okay, here global settings will be there. Lot of settings which I will discuss later. It takes time. Okay, every option I will show you later when time comes, or we will take some session specially for these settings. Okay, but some settings I will show you while we are working, which is very important. So global settings, this is how your SailPoint works. Very important. Lifecycle manager, this is specially for LCM. Manage access request comes under lifecycle manager. Okay, just remember lifecycle manager, which is under governance. SailPoint is a GRC tool, governance, risk and compliance. Governance G, LCM is governance. Okay, compliance manager, GRC, right? GRC, C means compliance. Compliance, you have certifications and policy violations. Yesterday Devika explained. I don't want to touch. This is very big. Even I have not worked on this. You know, these are the default options required and shown here. I have not worked on it even. So don't go in this. Don't go. Not required for you. When it is required, why did I'll show that later point, not now at all. So don't come here until unless you wanted to explore. Otherwise don't come here at all. Lifecycle manager also, you don't need to come now. Don't come. Leave it. Global settings, you need to. It's very important. Okay. Then plugins, it's a big concept. To develop plugins to work on something, you don't need to work on it even. It's difficult. It's a pure development work. This we will speak at the end of the course, not now. You don't understand it. Okay, one-liner plugin means something new functionality. If you want to develop, you can click on and off this. Okay, I told you, right, AI import init-AI, that's a kind of plugin. That's why AI services plugin. You can create new one also. You can import. That's a development you do. Some zip file will be there. You need to import that, but not now. Okay, leave it. When I didn't work on plugin so far, but I personally worked on it. Real time I didn't. Then administrator console, very important. You can see what is happening in your SailPoint administrator console. You see here environment. You can see all the servers, whether it is up and running or not. Heartbeat and CPU. What is the CPU percentage? 12.9%, which is very good. have 100% of CPU, 12 only used, so still 87 is there, so we are good. Memory percentage 25.5%, so we are good. Okay, so we will be monitoring here. If it is down, it will show down here. All the servers will be displayed to you here, which is very good. So all the server, host means server or machine, it will be displayed. Applications, whatever the applications you have here. Okay, then SailPoint modules and extensions. This is what we imported, right? This we are not going to talk or work on even, so leave it. It's a different products which you can integrate with SailPoint, which you need licenses as a cloud applications. Okay, so applications is not important, even I have never seen much. Host is very important. So now every day we start working, right? Day starting, first thing is you need to see whether our servers are up and running or not. Two ways you can, multiple ways, three, 4 ways are there. You can log into all the servers and you can check, or you can check all the SailPoint in IP based URLs whether they are working or not, blah blah blah. But one way is you can look at here to see the CPU and memory percentage, how much it is occupied status. You can take screenshot, send it to your team that all servers are up and running. Then provisioning, whatever the request you submit in manage access requests, those will be displayed here. You can see whether they went successful or not. Okay, then tasks, all active tasks, schedules, you see nothing, no task is running, right? No task is pending, right? All are completed. Sometimes the task will get hang, it will be open for years even, it cannot complete because of some errors. So what we will do to save the utilizations like CPU and memory, we will delete their task, delete the task result here, so it will not be open anymore. So nothing is open in our SailPoint, so nothing is active. You can see scheduled, these many are schedules. Completed, so far these many tasks are executed and completed. Here active means executed but not completed, still running or pending. Okay, this is administrator console, which is very important for you. Okay, this is entire SailPoint console.